On is brought to you by the Bucks County Community College.
Hello, welcome into our On Campus with Game On football show. I'm your host, Jeff Bideman, and joining me here are Renee Washington, Drew Markle, and Jen Wilgus. And this week we find ourselves at Palisades High School, home of the 12-0 Pirates, who on Saturday night will be playing for the District 11 3A Championship. And Jen, with playoff games dotting the schedule this week, the District 11 title game is as good a place as any to jump off, as the Pirates are in that title game for the first time since 2013.
Right, Jeff. And a couple weeks ago, I was here for Palisades' first playoff game, and they blew out Wilson, which wasn't a surprise. What was kind of a surprise was how well they handled Notre Dame Green Pond last week. Guys, this is a team on a mission, and now they face another 12-0 team, Lehighton. You know, it's going to be a challenge. Lehighton is no slouch of a team. They've got a running back who just went over 2,000 yards for the season, Taquan Bradley Chambers. But we were just talking to Coach Terry Rakowski. He's one of the assistants here. His son, TJ, plays safety for the Pirates. And he said, you know, what really sets us apart is our speed on defense. He's like, every team we played, you can tell that they're just not used to grappling with that kind of speed on defense. And Drew, I mean, it has really shown itself.
The numbers are staggering. You know, and run defense is an absolute strength, you know, for Palisades, and they're going to need it. But the numbers they put up, their first string defense this season has allowed 22 points in the first half.
Which is an amazing
in 12
stat.
games. The numbers are just hard to believe. I think Lehighton, I think this is a winnable game. I think they win a district title, but you know, it won't be easy, but you know, it shouldn't be. You're both 12-0.
And the interesting thing, actually, if I could just throw this in there, is if Palisades wins, they'll face either Lansdale Catholic or Conwell Egan in the next round.
Which is a good segue,
Which is a good jumping off point.
Which is a great segue, Jen, into our next game. Renee, we have two Catholic League teams playing for a regional championship.
Perfect segue, almost like that was planned. And the last time these two teams played, I was there. And a big thing that Coach Jack Techman and the whole Eagles squad has been talking about is discipline and finishing games strong. And that is how they lost to Lansdale Catholic. They had a number of fumbles that Lansdale Catholic recovered.
It was 5 turnovers in that game.
And those immediately turned into points. So, I mean, if you can get away, if you can eliminate those plays, they win that game. But, I mean, Lansdale Catholic has Matt Casey and the Dutkowicz brothers, whose name I probably just pronounced wrong. I'm sorry. But they have talented players. Conwell Egan, it's really up to them. What they do in this game is what's going to determine the outcome.
And they've got the best player on the field in Patrick Garwo. They also have a home game. Did anyone notice they're playing at area
at Truman on Friday night? How about that? Yeah, no, there's no doubt about it. All right, Drew, we have a 6A semifinal matchups coming up here. Two of them. We have two teams in them. Maybe not the two teams that we thought were going to be in them when the playoffs started.
No, Jeff, you know, you have Penridge, who probably figured if they played well, they would get North Penn in this spot. Well, North Penn, you know, falls apart against Garnet Valley.
Did not play well.
You get against Garnet Valley last week.
Especially not defensively.
And if you're Penridge, I mean, now you're playing with house money because you have a psychological, you know, problem with playing North Penn. Now you get to play Garnet Valley. You don't know anything about Garnet Valley. You're thinking we can win this game.
Talk about play with house money. Garnet Valley is playing with house money. They're up to their third string sophomore quarterback.
Yes.
And I mean, even the hometown beat writers who cover that team were writing that it was a miracle finish and a miracle win over North Penn.
Absolutely. You know what? They are a team with a lot of history in the
Absolutely.
playoffs.
And they were in the district final last year.
Absolutely. They kind of know what they're doing. Yeah. That's a program that's very well set up.
Oh, it's going to be a tough matchup for Penridge, but 2 straight shutouts by that defense in the playoffs. That's impressive.
They keep getting better. And you look at, you know, Pennsbury. If you're Pennsbury, you lose to the Chamonix in the regular season finale, and you're thinking, oh, man, you know, if you're a senior, we've blown it. Well, 2 weeks later, you get another shot at them, you know, which is hard to believe, and you beat them. So now you got to go play Coatesville. That's not easy. Coatesville's probably the best team, you know, in the district.
At least on paper, they are.
On paper, but, you know, Coatesville, they can do some things. They'll get a few personal foul calls against them, and Pennsbury just plays that tough defense. You know, you're in the semis for a reason.
Yeah, and against the Chamonix, I'm sorry to cut you off, they worked up for that game.
Sure.
They circled their calendar. They knew this is a revenge game.
They got
we
a
want to
second
get them
shot.
back. We get a second chance. It doesn't get much better than that. So now, as they're stepping in to play Coatesville, will they still have that same energy and that same focus that they had against the Chamonix? That's the biggest question, I think.
If Pennsbury takes care of the ball the way they did, and they run the ball as effectively, if they can somehow do that, I mean, I wouldn't pick against them.
All right, and very quickly, not to be forgotten, Archbishop Wood plays
Simon Gratz.
Simon Gratz. And
I know,
we can all,
it's almost
we
an
can all
afterthought.
send out our pity to
The
Simon
opponent
Gratz
is an afterthought.
because
Yeah.
Archbishop Wood is
Yeah,
going to
well,
win that game. I
yeah.
don't think there's any doubt about it.
See you in Hershey.
So, absolutely. All right. That'll do it for this week's show. We'd like to thank Palisades High School and also head football coach Kevin Ronalds for hosting On Campus this week. A reminder for all of you social media hounds out there that you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at HS Game On. All right. Thanks again for watching, and we will see you tomorrow for our Beat the Experts show.